Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today our topic is polymers, that is chapter 8 in class 12. Okay, now polymers are very familiar with us. Okay, and we are very much addicted to polymers, and nothing can be done without using a polymers in our day-to-day life. For example, kitchenware containers, plastic bottles, etc. And kids toys also made with polymer only, and pipes, wires, rubber tires, cloths also made with the polymers. Okay, and simply we can say that nowadays we cannot survive without a polymer. Now coming to the topic, polymer. What is polymer? Meaning, poly means many and mers means unit or a part. Okay, means the polymer is consisting of many small units. Okay, that is only called as polymer. The compound of a large molecule and formed by joining of small repeating units is called as polymers. Next, and here we are using many small units, no? So these many small units are interconnected by each other and form a long molecule, long chain like structures. That structures are called as polymers. Coming to the definition, the polymer is a compound of large molecule and it is formed by the joining of small repeating units. Okay, this repeating unit of a polymer is called as monomer. For example, here these are the small molecules, for example, and these are interconnected by with a chemical bond and forming a large molecule. This molecule is called as nothing but it is a polymer. And the individual species that are involved in the formation of a polymer and the repeating unit of a polymer is called as, this one is called as monomer. Okay, the definition of the monomer is the small repeating unit of a polymer and it is derived from simple and reactive species molecule, and the repeating units are linked through a chemical bonds either by addition or condensation processes. So this is about the brief explanation of polymer and monomer. Now coming to the examples are the polythene. Okay, in regular days we are in day-to-day life we are using the polythene covers, right? This polythene cover is made up of ethene molecule and it is a polymer. So the monomer in polythene is ethene, and polypropylene, the monomer is propene. So propene is a monomer and polypropylene is a polymer. Just keep poly in front of monomer molecule, that can become polymer. Okay, now here comes one more terminology, that is polymerization. So what is polymerization? The process of formation of a polymer from respective monomer is called as polymerization. Here the monomer molecules are large number of monomer molecules or small repeating units are interconnected by a chemical bond and forming a large molecule. That molecule is called as polymer and the whole process is called as polymerization. For example, and here plastics. The plastics are made up of polythene and fibers. The nylon 66 is the fiber that we are using. Okay, cloths and rubber. Okay, in automobile industries, the rubber tires are made up of Buna S polymer. Okay. Now coming to the very important topic in polymers, that is classification of the polymers. The classification of the polymer is done by several ways and based on some special considerations. Okay, now based on source we have divided the polymers into different categories, and based on structure also, and based on mode of polymerization also, and based on nature of molecular forces. Okay, so by using all these consideration we are broadly divided the polymers into different categories. Now I made a tree diagram so that you can easily understand and you can easily memorable this chart. Okay, this is the classification of the polymer. First one is based on source. So based on source we are divided the polymers into three categories, that is natural, semi-synthetic and synthetic. These are examples: cellulose, protein, starch. These are examples for natural polymers, and semi-synthetic cellulose acetate, cellulose nitrate. and then polythene and nylon is the example for synthetic. Now based on structure, we are dividing the polymers into three categories, that is linear, branched, cross-linked, and these are the examples. So next one, mode of polymerization, we are dividing into two types, that is addition polymers, condensation polymers. In addition polymers also we are having two types, that is homopolymers, copolymers. Okay, now last fourth one is the based on molecular forces, we are dividing the polymers into elastomers, fibers, thermoplastics and thermostatics. This classification is very important, and this is also very important for the examination. Okay, now let us discuss one by one. Okay, now coming to the first one. So based on source, the polymers are divided into three types. Okay, based on availability. Next, first one is the natural polymers. So what is natural polymer? The name itself giving means they are occurring by natural sources like plants and animals. Those polymers which are obtained from the natural sources like plants and animals is called as natural polymers. Example, cellulose, protein and starch. Now second one is the semi-synthetic polymers. So means the name itself giving. Synthetic means we are preparing, man-made. But they are semi-synthetic means by using the natural sources. If the polymers are synthesized or made by humans, then they are called as semi-synthetic polymers. These polymers are the synthetic derivatives of the natural polymers. Example, cellulose acetate and cellulose nitrate. These two are the derivatives of cellulose, right? And cellulose is a natural one. We are deriving the we are preparing the polymers by using natural sources that are called as semi-synthetic. And next one is a synthetic. Simply they are man-made. The man-made polymers are called as synthetic polymers, and we are prepared in laboratory. For example, polythene, nylon. Okay, now moving to the second one, structural polymers. So based on the structure, we are categorized into polymers into three types: linear polymers, branched polymers, cross-linked polymers. Okay, one by one we can discuss. Now coming to the based on structure. Based on structure, the polymers are divided into three categories: linear polymers, branched polymers and cross-linked polymers or network polymers. So what are linear polymers? Linear means straight chains. Okay, these polymers are like this one. So they are forming a straight chains with the monomers. That kind of polymers are called as linear polymers. Those polymers consisting of long chains. Okay, long chains or long straight chains are called as the polymers with long straight chains are called as linear polymers. Okay, example for this one is polythene. Okay, in polythene we are having two types, HDP, LDP. So later on we'll discuss this one. Okay, HDP means high density polythene. Okay, LDP means low density polythene. This high density polythene is example for linear polymer, and this low density polythene is example for branched polymers. Okay, next coming to the branched polymers. So the polymers like these are also straight chains polymers, but they form some branching over there. Okay, in between the straight chains, if they are formed little branching, that kind of polymers are called as branched polymers. So these are similar like linear polymer also, but they form only some interconnection is there and they form little bit branching. Okay, that kind of polymers are called as branched polymers. Example for this one is already explained, that is low density polythene is the example. And here PVC, polyvinyl chloride. PVC is example for linear polymer, and high density polythene is also example for linear polymers. For branched polymers, LDP is the branched polymer. This is very important for competitive exam. So LDP belongs to which kind of polymers? LDP is a branched polymer and HDP belongs to linear polymer. And cross-linked polymers are network polymers. See, these are like the name itself giving network. So they forms very branches. Okay, they are interconnected by some chemical bonds and they form a network like structures. Okay, these kind of polymers are called as cross-linked polymers. They are interconnected by each other with so many branches. So that kind of polymers is called as network polymers or cross-linked polymers. The example for this one is bakelite and melamine. So bakelite and melamine are the example for the cross-linked polymers. Now coming to the third one, based on mode of polymerization. Based on mode of polymerization, the polymers can be divided into two categories, that is addition polymers, condensation polymers. And addition polymers are again divided into two categories, that is based on mechanism and based on type of monomer. Okay, this is a type of monomer. In addition polymers, based on type of monomer, again divided into two categories, that is homopolymer and copolymer. Based on mechanism, these are divided into two types, that is ionic polymers and free radical mechanism polymers. Ionic polymers are again divided into two categories, that is cationic addition polymers, anionic addition polymers. Okay, now one by one we can discuss. First one is the addition polymers. Addition means what? We're adding. So by adding repeating units, that is monomers, if the polymer is produced by the addition method only, we can produce the polymers, then that kind of polymers are called as addition polymers. And here we are adding repeating repeated addition will produce as a polymer, that is called as addition polymers. Okay, and the polymer is produced by the repeating addition of monomer is called as addition polymers. And here one more important point is there, that is if the polymer is undergoing the addition polymerization method, then they should contain unsaturation. If the monomer is contain unsaturation only, they can involve in the addition polymerization process. If here unsaturation means containing double bond like this or triple bond. If the monomer with double and triple bond will involve in the formation of addition polymers only. Okay, this is very very important. Next one, this addition polymerization is again divided into two categories, that is homopolymers and copolymers. Very very important this one is, that is homopolymers means if the monomer is a single type, the monomer which is involved in the addition polymerization having only simple or one type of monomer. Okay, if one type of monomer is involved in the formation of addition polymers, then that is called as homopolymer. For example, the example is polythene. In polythene, what is the monomer? Monomer is remove the poly, that is ethene. Ethene is the monomer. See the example. So what is the structure of ethene? CH2 double bond CH2. So this is the ethene structure. I am keeping n number. Okay, means here n number of ethene molecules are involving in the addition polymerization. Means what will happen? See, just keep a bond at the starting position and write the monomer structure. Whenever the double bond or triple bond positions are there, just skip the positions and keep a single bond between them. And if molecule is having more than 2 carbon atoms, then that bond shift towards the next carbon. Okay, keep a bond towards the single bond. Okay, if in the monomer the double bond position becomes single bond position in the polymers, and whenever the single bond positions are there in the monomer, that will become double bond in polymers. Remember one thing, that is if in the monomer the double bonded positions are become single bond in polymers, and the single bonded positions in the monomer can become double bonded positions in the polymers. Remember that one. Here the double bond is there between these two carbons and it will become single bond. Okay, now is there any other structures in the monomer? There is no. So keep as bond. And here n numbers are involving, no, so just write down the monomer structure and keep it in a bracket and write down here n number, so that it will becomes polythene, and this is the ethene. Here only one kind of monomer is involving, that is ethene molecules are only involving, so that's why it is called as homopolymers. See the next one, copolymer. If the polymer is involving in two different monomers, if two different monomers are involving in the addition polymerization, that polymers are called as copolymers. Two different or more than two different monomers. For example, the examples are very important. Here the example is Buna S. Buna S. This Buna S is formed by two different monomers. First one is the 1,3 butadiene plus another monomer is the styrene. These two monomers are involving in the formation of a polymers. That's why it is called as copolymers. But in homopolymerization, homopolymers means only that is involving in the single monomer is involving in the polymerization. But coming to the copolymer, here we are using two different monomers. So that's why it is called as copolymer. So see how the copolymer of Buna S is formed. See, 1,3 butadiene. But means how many carbons are there? 4 carbons. Write down like this. Okay, 4 carbons are there, but. And diene. Di means 2. Ene means double bond. Ene refers to double bond. Ine refers to triple bond. Di means 2. But means 4 carbon atoms. Okay, and these dienes and means 2 double bonds are present at which position? 1 position and 3rd position. So this is the first carbon, and 1, 2, 3, 4. At 3rd position also we are having one double bond. So this is the structure of 1,3 butadiene. Just satisfy the carbon valency with the hydrogens. Here CH2, here only hydrogen, and here also only hydrogen, here CH2. This is the structure of 1,3 butadiene. Okay. Next one, styrene. Styrene means on benzene ring, if ethylene molecule is there, CH double bond CH2. So this is called as styrene. Simply we can write C6H5 CH double bond CH2. This is the structure of styrene. And here is the 1,3 butadiene. And here is the styrene. These are involving in the addition polymerization. They will form Buna S, means C. Just write down the polymer, and here we are taking n number of 1,3 butadiene and n number of styrene molecules, and just write down the polymer. See, observe the how to write the polymer. It's very important. See, write down the CH2. Just double bond becomes single bond, and single bond becomes double bond. Then here single bond CH2, and to this CH2, and it is again added to only double bonded carbon, not single bonded carbon. So this is the starting position of the styrene molecule here, and it will directly join with these CH2 molecules, right? And here write down CH2. Next one, here this CH2 is attached to CH here, and this CH is attached to C6H5. This is a branching of this one, and here the continuation of again 1,3 butadiene will start. Okay, so this is the what we call it as, this is the Buna S structure. Buna S polymer. Buna S polymer is formed by the addition of 1,3 butadiene and styrene molecule, and this will be the molecule structures. Okay. Is it clear how to write the polymer? Just note down one thing, that is in monomer, if the double bond position becomes single bond in polymer, and if monomer contains single bonded position in polymer, that will become double bonded position. And whenever the branches are there, we should write like this, and the chain will continue like this. Okay, in addition polymerization, we cannot remove any single molecules like water, ethylene, or alcohols, ammonia. So we cannot removing that kind of molecules, and simply we can add the monomers. So whatever the monomers are present in the given molecule, then we can combine this monomer molecule and we'll get the polymer molecule. Next one, condensation polymers. In condensation polymers, what will happen means, here one important point to be noted. In order to get the addition polymer, the monomer should contain what? Unsaturation. Means here that should contain, monomer should contain more double bond or triple bond. Like that, if the monomer contains bifunctionals, bifunctional groups or trifunctional groups. Okay, if the monomer contain bifunctional groups or trifunctional group, then only they can involving in the formation of a polymer. That kind of polymerization is called as condensation polymerization, and the polymer which are produced by the condensation polymerization is called as condensation polymers. Okay, and we need to have the functional group along with bi or trifunctional group. Functional groups means here they should contain alcoholic group or amine group or acid group or ester group or halo group, that are called as functional groups, right? They should contain functional group, then only they involving in the condensation polymerization. If the monomer contains unsaturation, then it will involve in the formation of addition polymers. Remember these two, very very important. Okay, the condensation polymers, how they are produced means here the monomer with they are formed by repeated condensation of reaction between two different bifunctional trifunctional groups of monomeric species, then will produce as the condensation polymerization. And here one more important point is there, in this condensation polymerization we are eliminating like simple molecules like water, next one alcohol, ethyl, especially ethyl alcohol or methyl alcohol, and ammonia groups. So like that we can eliminate, okay, by combining the monomers. While combining the monomers we can eliminate these molecules. Such kind of polymerization is called as condensation polymerization. Coming to addition polymerization, there is no elimination, simply we can adding the monomers with as it is, we'll get the polymers. Here condensation polymerization, we are removing simple molecules like this, and the monomer should contain, what is the condition? They should contain bifunctional or trifunctional group. The example of this one is nylon 6,6. Okay, nylon 6,6 is the example. And what is the monomers in the nylon 6,6? It's a very very important, so many times they are asked in the 2 marks questions. Okay, nylon 6,6 is formed by HMDA plus adipic acid. HMDA means hexamethylene diamine. Okay, and adipic acid. So next, what is the structures of this one? Okay, see, hexamethylene. Hexa means 6. Methylene means CH2 groups. Amines means NH2 group. How many amines are there? 2 amines. Then combine these all and we'll get one formula. So how many CH2 groups are there? 6 CH2 groups are there. Okay, 6 CH2 groups are there. And to the 6 CH2 groups, what is the functional group here? Amine is the functional group. How many amines are there? 2 amines are there. Just write down like this. Finish. This is the structure of HMDA. Okay, hexamethylene diamine plus adipic acid. In adipic acid, 6 COOH groups are there. Okay, 6 carbons with 2 COOH groups. Okay, 6 carbons and 2 COOH groups are there. Then it is called as adipic acid. See, CH2. Here we cannot write 6, means here 2 COOH group should be there, means 2 carbon atoms are also present in the our functional group also. Okay, means remaining 4 should write methylene groups, and just write remaining COOH groups. Okay, here there is no space, that's why I am writing here. This one is how many carbons are there? Here CH2 4 carbons, and this 5, and this one is 6. This is called as adipic acid. And these are involving in which process? Addition or condensation? Condensation only. Condensation means we are removing simple molecules. See how we are removing. Just in ammonia, NH2 is there. Just remove H2, and here in ammonia, one of hydrogens in H, and here it is removing as H plus, and here OH is there in acid, OH minus. So these two are combinedly removing as minus H2O. Okay, this nitrogen contain one hydrogen. So now joining these will get a condensation polymers like this. See, first write down the NH. We should not write NH2 like this. Means here also the condensation process will going on, and here we remove one hydrogen with OH of carboxylic acid as H2O, right? Here we can only have NH group only. Okay, next CH2 6 times will remains like this, and here also we write only NH, and to this NH we are having only C double bond O. Here OH is removed, and we are having only remaining C double bond O, and this to C double bond O is connected to CH2 group, and remaining as it is 4 group, and here also C double bond O only, and here OH is removed by another amine, and here one of hydrogen is removing as another acid. Okay, and this is the structure of an N types. Here we are keeping as N, so that's why it become N, and this is structure of what? Nylon. And this 6 refers to 6 carbons. Okay, in 6 carbons in one monomer and 6 carbons in another monomer. Hexamethylene diamine contains 6 carbons, and adipic acid is also contains 6 carbons. That's why it became nylon 6,6. Okay, I hope you understand the video. If you like my video, please do subscribe, share, and give a comment in the comment section. Thank you. Thanks for watching.